Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Quant Network, aka QNT. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So, one, I'm sure that all of you out there that have been watching the QNT videos and the content for a while, you already see the vision behind Quant and QNT. For those that are new to the channel, today we're going to be addressing the big picture around Quant and what Quant is actually doing. When we take a look at like the top 50 coins in this market, a lot of these do have specific use case advantage. As we look at a lot of the categories like DeFi and stuff like that, they're great opportunities, right? And the vision behind blockchain and crypto is the fact that like, all right, well, everyone will be utilizing it at one point in time, right? But the truth is that it's very hard for real world use case advantage to be realized in around crypto and blockchain technology without having a bridge to the real world. This is why we do talk about Quant. This is why we do talk about QNT. I think that QNT right now, as it does sit at number 39 in this market, I think people need to realize the overall vision here. First off, when we take a look at the circulating supply and the total supply, first off, the total supply is already out there. CMC has not updated this. I know that CoinGecko has better statistics here, but as we do look at QNT and as we look at the overall supply compared to Bitcoin, we know that it's significantly lower. This is very good. Tokenomics of Quant are way better than Bitcoin. But the overall use case behind Quant is also better than Bitcoin. We're going to be talking about that. But I did tweet this out going back to the 23rd. I said I strongly believe that QNT will be vital for the evolution of the financial system. A digital revolution is coming. I hope you are all paying attention. And yes, this is happening as we do look at a lot of the companies that are jumping into crypto. It is mainly the largest companies out there: Meta, Instagram, Twitter, Netflix, Alphabet, Steemit, Spotify, Amazon, Nvidia, IBM, Apple, Tesla. I mean, like, these are the largest companies out there. And these are just a few of the major ones, right? But outside of these companies, like, what are they trying to do here? What are they trying to, really be a part of? They're trying to be a part of Web3. Web3 is starting to grow. Web3 is starting to become the next evolution of the internet. But also outside of this, we are also seeing an evolution of finance around payments, around payment technology. Everything that we know of that we utilize on a day-to-day basis is being changed in the largest way possible. The infrastructure, the core infrastructure around everything is changing. We are going to see distributed ledger technology, DLT, becoming a main focus point. Right now, a lot of these use cases and a lot of these companies are focused on, okay, well, let's talk about NFTs in music. Let's talk about NFTs in gaming. Let's talk about this. But let's talk about the bigger picture here, right? We see that top banks are investing into crypto and blockchain companies. This goes back to August 2021 to May of 2022. Today, we know that there's actually a lot more, companies and major banks jumping into crypto, but these are just like a few that I found. But a lot of these are much larger in terms of the use case advantage, right? Like, for example, cities investing into Contour, right? Contour is actually a very large company. We talked about it with Zinfin. For those that don't know what Contour is doing, they're disrupting trade finance. Trade finance is a huge opportunity for digitization and tokenization to be a part of. I think that a lot of what we see around a lot of these markets and industries, they're ripe for disruption. I've addressed this many, many times in the past. But as we do focus on crypto as a whole, everyone focuses on one thing. And they talk about, all right, well, what's the price of Bitcoin? What's the price of these altcoins? What's the price of this? See, I'm more of a let's take a look at the overall valuation of crypto today. We're sitting at $1.08 trillion as companies around the world that are worth trillions of dollars. Apple hit an all-time high of almost $3 trillion in market cap alone. This is one company that's jumping into crypto. All right. Banks, massive banks. These are banks that are moving and holding massive amounts of money on a daily basis. All of these, all of these companies, all of these banks, major banking entities are jumping into crypto. Do you think that this is just a coincidence? I mean, think about it like this. Think about the overall valuation that crypto will have on it going forward, maybe a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 10 years from now. The party is just beginning, right? And when we take a look at banks investing, they're not just investing. Listen, banks around the world, from Quant actually, we addressed this. We talked about this in a video recently. Banks around the world, including some well-known global brands, have begun issuing their own digital currency known as commercial stablecoins. The thing is, though, is that guess what they still need? They still need interoperability. Everything needs interoperability. When we go over to CoinMarketCap, you go to DeFi, you go to Metaverse, you go to NFTs, you go to any of this. All of this needs the bridge to the real world, right? Because think about crypto as an island, all right? And it's an island separated from the traditional world. How will we get to that island? We need bridges. We need to set up bridges. That's why when we take a look at what Quant's doing, it is significant. It is significant. And the crazy thing is that a lot of people don't understand. So shout out to Just a Tech Guy for this. But a lot of people don't understand that Overledger, which is Quant's technology, is the only platform to facilitate internet scale development and deployment of decentralized multi-chain applications, maps, and treaty contracts, multi-chain smart contracts. It's the only technology that allows for true any-to-any interoperability, network to network, any network to network, meeting external security and regulatory requirements, and require minimal change to existing. This is the big one. This is the big one. Requires minimal change to existing systems and networks to access the networks of blockchains through Overledger. Read that last sentence there again. Minimal change to existing systems and networks to access the networks of blockchains through Overledger. So take a step back and think about the overall use case advantage that Quant has here. Okay? This is allowing any bank, any company to realize the value of any, and I say any blockchain technology, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP Ledger, we'll say XLM, HBAR, Algorand, any of these projects, any project, it allows for these companies, these banks to utilize those networks. So say for so, I'm like, okay, well, I want to take advantage of cross-border payments with XRP. But I also want to take advantage of tokenization through Hedera. I can do that through Overledger. And by the way, for those out there, I already know what you guys are going to say. There's a few things, right? A lot of people say, well, QNT is an ERC20 token, so why should I even use it? QNT is blockchain agnostic. It can move from any chain to any chain. Also, QNT, you might be wondering, well, QNT is not even utilized at all during this entire process. You need to utilize QNT for anything that you are utilizing Overledger for. QNT is a part of the entire picture. And also, as a bank or as a company, if I wanted to utilize Overledger, I need to hold a significant amount of QNT. I also need to transact with QNT. I need to utilize QNT along the entire way. This is huge because we know the demand of this technology. We know the demand of blockchain technology as well in the real world. I mean, listen, you could go and look at it. All of these major companies, these banks, and these are just a few. This is not all of them. There's a lot more. They're all jumping in to utilize this technology. But also outside and everything that we see, we are seeing big players jumping in. And we do see distributed ledgers and digital assets will help will help level the playing field by lowering the barriers to entry to financial markets for both large frequent issuers and small enterprises. This is from NatWest Group, a major company. And then also, right? Any bank regulated stablecoin needs to be recognized as a risk-free by the regulators, the supervisory community, the central bank authorities. And this, again, these are from major companies like ING News. Okay? And this is like sustainability and initiatives for fintech. Okay? This is press releases. And when you look at these global brands, when you look at the banks around the world, like they're all moving in. They're understanding the risk. They're doing the research. They're realizing the value behind this technology, and they're waiting to utilize it. There's just a few obstacles there still. And then when we take a look at what we recently just seen, an announcement around UDPN. This is a massive update. So shout out to Matthew Linwai for this. Interoperability, the key to unlocking potential of regulated digital payments. This system created runs on Hyperledger. Guess who has exposure to Hyperledger? Overledger. You could utilize any Hyperledger company. We'll say Hyperledger is directly exposed through Overledger. You could tie into it, right? And we do see something very interesting here. Bitcoin will not be accepted as a settlement. Look at this. So this is through Hyperledger Basu, exposed through Overledger as well, by the way. I'm not saying that Overledger will be utilized through this or anything like that. I'm just saying it is exposed to it. High-level architecture and operational model. Look at this. Look at the entire infrastructure around this. This is a universal digital payments network. And you can see everything. Stablecoins, CBDCs, settlement token system between banks, CBDC Bridge, Finality Global Payments, JP Coin, all of them. And you can see this entire processing model. Now, we also see over here that the network will support only CBDCs and regulated fiat-backed stablecoin currency systems as payment methods. No unregulated public chain cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin will be accepted. Very interesting. Then over here, we also do see it's launched to support seamless digital payments across multiple central bank digital currencies and regulated stablecoins. It goes back to January 19th, 2023. This launched at Davos. And when you look at this, it is a global messaging network supporting government-regulated digital currency systems, including regulated stablecoins and central bank digital currencies. The UDPN promotes financial inclusion by allowing enterprises around the world to connect directly with the centralized and decentralized digital currency systems of the future. And look at, you can see it, interoperable, globally decentralized, fiat-backed stablecoins. And the crazy thing is that you might be wondering, like, okay, well, who's the list behind this? Like, who's behind this? It's major banking entities. Leading global financial institutions, Deutsche Bank, HSBC, Standard Chartered, the Bank of East Asia, and Akbank, discuss the rapidly evolving world of digital currency. All of these banks understand it, and they're focusing on providing interoperability between the fast-growing number of different regulated stablecoins. And guess who has been working with banks? Guess who has been promoting the idea of working with banking entities and why it's so crucial to have interoperability between them? Quant. Quant has been working with regulators along the entire way. They've been discussing, they've been meeting with regulators, they've been talking about the idea around interoperability. Like, this is a huge deal. This is a major deal. And when you go over to the UDPN's website, we actually see that they are building and testing a set of 10 proof of concept use cases in the UDPN sandbox environment. The testing of the use cases to be completed in the 6 months ending June 2023 will allow participants to experience what's possible with e-money and demonstrate how these digital currencies and their related ecosystems will function. And we know that interoperability is a crucial area of opportunity here. That's why when we look at what Quant is doing, that's why when we look at what Q&T is doing, it is vital. It is vital. Interoperability is the key to unlocking the potential around not just regulated digital payments. It's the key to unlocking the potential around all blockchain technology. I want you all to understand how big of a use case this actually is from Quant's side. When you go over to their website, you could read everything around what their mission statement is. They want to unlock the power of blockchain for everyone. And this is not just blockchain as in like, okay, well, it's going to be Bitcoin, it's going to be Ethereum. No, it's going to be every single blockchain. They are empowering this interconnected world between all financial institutions, enterprises, banks, etc. Like, I want you guys to see just how big of an opportunity this is because we've done so much research on it. We know that there's going to be an evolution of the financial and payment system. It's happening before our eyes. Banks are preparing these use case in these trials. They're understanding the concept behind digital currencies and stable coins, things like that. Like, this is huge. And we even do see that the UDPN has the potential to drive down the cost of digital payments and accelerate adoption by banks and businesses of all sizes. And I know what you guys are probably going to think. Okay, well, this is all banks coming together so that are already solving interoperability. When we take a look at a lot of these use cases, when we take a lot of the look at a lot of these networks, the thing is that you got to understand that what Quant has built with Overledger, there could also be like with Overledger, they could have white label Overledger, meaning these major banks can be utilizing Overledger, but not specifically say that they are, and it could be a white label Overledger. So they will still be utilizing this technology, but they're not, like, it wouldn't be transparent to the public eye. You won't be seeing it. That's why I also say, like the key to mass adoption around crypto is to have individuals and these major banking entities and these major enterprises utilizing this technology without people even realizing. Very similar to like the internet, and internet protocols. Like most people don't even realize internet protocols. But with all of that in mind, right? As everyone focuses on like, okay, the valuation of Bitcoin or the valuation of Ethereum or any of these currencies, and they're like, well, these currencies will be worth trillions of dollars of market cap. Like, think about this, right? If Quant's empowering all of these assets and really providing a true visionary statement on like, okay, well, let's realize the power between Bitcoin and XRP and whatever, right? If interoperability is the key to that, the unlocking of value between all of these assets, what valuation will Q&T have if it's truly allowing the vision behind all these assets in crypto and blockchain technology to truly be realized in? It would have to be significantly higher in value, and the market cap of Q&T would also have to match its value. So will it be worth $1 trillion? Will it be worth 2, 3, 5? We don't know. It's unknown. But in my opinion, 4 to 5 digits is the beginning of what Q&T could be. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Because definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on it because I'm on free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Wherever you guys are on this beautiful world, it's been Nick. Peace out, guys.